And obviously, last up, we have the candidates for President of the Students' Union. We have Mitch Thieker and Tom Upton. If you make your way to the stage, gents. Okay, as with every other position, you have 2 minutes to put your of President of the Students' Union. We go in alphabetical order. We'll be starting with Mitch Thieker. Mitch, you have 2 minutes.
Hi everyone, my name is Mitch and I'm running for the position of President of the Students' Union. Before I start, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to my campaign team who've been absolutely awesome, and to Tom for being a great candidate as well. You may know by now that my tagline for my campaign is that I want to put students back at the heart of everything our union does, back at the heart of everything it fights for, and this means that we have to look beyond the same old solutions to the same old problems. We need to look again at everything our union does and at how we can get students back as the single most important priority that we hold. We need to constantly push what we do and what we stand for. For the role of president, you need experience, and if you want to see the passion I have and the change I've tried to make in this union, you only have to look at my record. I've been your General Secretary for the past year and have helped change union policy, even when the decisions made weren't the easiest. Your offices are much more accountable to you, and your union is much more open. I've fought and I'm still fighting to make sure that staff members that keep our institution running, that we rely on, get a decent wage. I have fought and I'm still fighting to make our union the best possible version of itself. And if we choose the right person to go forward now, the right person will truly be able to lead our union, who'll be able to sit at the negotiation table with the university SUCS and not stop until we have the best deal possible for students, then we're already moving in the right direction. Take a look at my manifesto and you can see for yourself my plans for this union. Lifetime membership cards and a brand new media team, a union TV station and fully resourced careers advisors. The best deal possible when it comes to the redevelopment of our campus and the building of the new one. There is so much more that we can do, and there is so much we have to be optimistic about. The role of president is a really important one in our union, and it's much too important to be condensed down to a 2-minute soundbite. So throughout the week, I'll be posting online and I'll be walking around campus expressing my vision for a union that truly is for the students and by the students. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mitch. And up next, Tom Upton.
Hello. Okay, my name is Tom Upton. I hope most people in the room know that by now, and for the people at home, if you don't, hello. I am currently your Societies and Services Officer. I took over in July, and we had 62 societies. We now have 107, with, as Mahabub said earlier, another 4 pending. We also have services which are open later. Anyway, why the progression to president? I think there's something lacking from our union, and it's been lacking for quite a long time. And it's one very small but significant word, and it's pride. So many people that work for us and do things for us do it on a daily basis and will give as much as they can in and out as much as possible. And we don't recognize it enough. We don't apply for awards. We don't celebrate things. We need to do that, and it's the time to do it now. Okay, straight on to it. I'm not one to mince my words, so I'll crack on. Okay, Students' Union is going to be changing massively this summer. Our Spa shop will be moving to the front of Fulton House and will be changing to a different service. That space needs to be utilised for our current services. We have a box office, we have a travel shop, we have other services that need to go up there, and it needs to be done properly. We also have something called alumni. When you leave Swansea, you deserve to come back, you deserve to be celebrated, and you deserve to be connected with. If you go on Facebook right now, you can create what your alumni card will look like. That software will also produce the card if we buy a machine to work with it. That's ready to go if you let me as your president. I think finally, it's a point that's been touched on already, and it's about careers. It's about your progression from the union. We cannot let the university sit on its laurels and tell us that 2 and a bit careers officers is good enough. It is not good enough, and it's something that they really need to take seriously. They were on the BBC yesterday spouting about how they were doing things which would really change it and make it for the better. That's not good enough. I have told them, and I will continue to tell them. Anyway.
Sorry, Tom, I'm going to have to stop you there. That's the 2 minutes. Okay, as with every candidate, there are 3 questions which are predetermined for today. They will go in alphabetical order, starting with Mitch answering the first one. That question is, which I hope you all know the answer to, what is the role of the Students' Union?
Right. I've been debating this with my team for quite a while, and I've not really changed in my outlook on it at all. Services are obviously vital to us running our union. Without services bringing money into our union, we wouldn't be able to represent students in the way that we already do. But to me, first and foremost, the union is a campaigning organisation. We're here to represent the students of this university, protect their degrees, protect everything they stand for, protect their future. And if you look at it even deeper than that, we have people who have individual concerns, liberation campaigns. We need to be here to protect our students at all times. We cannot do it without services. But first and foremost, we should be about the students and for the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. And next up, Tom Upton. What is the role of the Students' Union?
I currently represent the Students' Union at Open Days. And I get this question week in and week out. And my response to what do you do, what is the point of it, is we are everything. That's all right, hello. We are everything co- and extracurricular. We are where you go and buy milk and bread when it gets to 8 o'clock in the evening and you run out of it and you don't know what to do. We are who you come and see if you have a course problem or a financial problem. We're here to represent you. We're not here to be exclusive. We're here to be inclusive. We need to work on that by all means, but we're here to represent everybody. No single party, no single group, no single individual. We're here to represent everyone and make sure we fight for what our students want. That's it.
Thank you, Tom. Okay, the second question for the president candidates is, what would you do to improve engagement and involvement by students in the union? So that's, what would you do to improve engagement and involvement by students in the union? Tom, you're up to answer first. You have 1 minute.
Okay, we've got 2 things on this one. The first one is actually my manifesto. Student forums. A lot of you in this room probably go to student forums, and probably some of you don't, and probably those of you watching at home don't go either. One of my manifesto points is that student forum motions should be able to be voted on for 24 hours after the motion has been put forward. You shouldn't have to go to be able to make a democratic vote on something. Just like you are at home watching this, you should be able to watch it, think about it, or finish work. How many of us have jobs who need to go to? You need extra time. The other thing, our officers need to be student and forward-facing. We will be out in freshers if I'm elected. Each officer will be given an area to look after and will be leading them down to our freshers events, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, and we will be representing our students and they will know us face to face by name, Tom Upton, whatever you want to call me, but they need to know who we are. It's the only way we can do it.
Okay, thank you, Tom. And Mitch, same question. What would you do to improve engagement and involvement by students in the union?
I thought this question might come up, and I'm really glad it did. I think our union has a weird culture of blame going on at the moment, and this is where I might slightly disagree with Tom on the importance of the Students' Forum. Obviously, it's vital, but if students don't come to the Student Forum, instead of looking inwards at how we can better ourselves and how we can make a difference and really change the way we engage with students, we blame the students for not attending in the first place. And I've tried to reform student forums. I introduced secret voting. I introduced secret voting and online questions. But we really need to look completely again at everything our union does and how it connects with students. And we can keep on reforming the student forum until the cows come home, but until we actually look at the core problems in our union, until we look at exactly what every single service, every single department in our union is doing, we'll never tackle the issue.
Okay, thank you, Mitch. Okay, the third and final question for the president candidates is, what do you feel is the main responsibility of the president? That is, what do you feel is the main responsibility of the president? Answering that question first will be Mitch. Mitch, you have 1 minute to answer the question.
I think the role of the president is primarily to guide the union and make sure it stays on the right track. It's an inherently political position, not party political, but political in the way that you need the ability to be able to sit down with the vice-chancellor in the university and make decisions and help them make decisions that are always in the best interests of the students. I think when you look at the biggest advances and biggest successes of our union, It's been when we've had political people at the wheel. We prevented redundancies of staff members that you rely on. We prevented entire departments being closed down. It's all about being a leader and affecting real change and inspiring people to grow 10 foot taller. And the experience I have, I think, will allow me to jump straight into the role. So please vote me number 1 for President of the Students' Union. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mitch. And finally, Tom Upton, to answer that question, what do you feel is the main responsibility of the President? You have 1 minute.
It's twofold. You need to be the man at the forefront and the man behind the door. You have to be the person that when someone rings you up with a problem at 10 o'clock at night and says, what on earth do I do? You don't go, I haven't got a clue, sorry. You sit there, you think, and you go, right, this is how we're going to deal with it. Now, obviously, politics is part of being a president. You'd be naive not to think that. But you also need to be incredibly good at networking. Now, there's a couple of people in this institution who you need to know. Someone like the Director of Student Support Services, Sarah Hughes-Davies. Someone like the Deputy Academic Registrar, Adrian Novis. Someone like the Head Porter, Heath. There are people in this institution that you need to know to get things done like that. It's not something that just comes naturally. You have to work and build on it. I've spent all year working literally my butt off to get to know every single person to deliver things for you. And as your president, I would take pride in doing that. What we achieve is not about the individual, it's about the union and it's about the membership. It should never be about the individual, it should be what they do for you.
Okay, that's everything for the President candidates. If you'd like to give a round of applause to Mitch and Tom. All right, and that is it. That brings us to the end of Quiz the Candidate 2012. I'd like to thank you all for coming. Give yourselves a round of applause. It's been a long day, but we got there in the end. I'd like to thank everyone involved. We got the media at the back. We got SUCS. We got DJ straight out of Crompton on the decks. And I've been your host for this evening, Simo Simmons. Voting is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Online, swansea-union.co.uk. Let's take it home.